Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial video. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to repaint the Walgreens Exclusive Governor figure. Now this guy's got terrible paint on his face. It is made not only shiny, but very odd colors, sort of like zombie type pale. And then it's got a bit of a screwed up eye and eyebrow to it. It's just, this figure doesn't have too much going for it in the paint department. The hair actually looks good. But that face is just, that's something that we need to cure. So, I'm going to be showing you guys the process in just a second. Let's set them aside and move to step one. Okay, step one is going to be sort of, let me pop his head off. We're going to take a nail file and just scrape the shine paint off of his face so that it's a bit more rough, so that when we put a new bit of paint on there, it'll stick on very well. So just gotta sand around all of the paint until, you know, just a fair amount is off. Mainly around this bottom half. The upper half is not quite as shiny as the bottom half. We'll still get a little bit there too. So let's skip to once I'm done here, and then we'll take a look at the painting. Okay, for the painting process, I'm going to be using Craft Smart and Apple Barrel. I'm only going to use two different types for the skin color, because I don't feel like there's much need for too much variation in his skin tone. I've got peach here, and then they call this one light mocha. So just so you know. Then I'm just going to shake it up and put just a little dab of both on some piece of paper here. And I can mix them together as I go. Okay, so for the eyes I'm going to be using Apple Barrel Pavement Color and Apple Barrel Antique White. These colors are going to be for the outer part of the eye and the pupil. And since I'm completely done with the skin, after this I'm just going to touch up on the hair parts where some paint may have spilled over. So let's take a look. Okay, now I've done some extra stuff on the eyeball that you didn't really see in the tutorial part. That was adding a little bit of black lining around the eye here. And that makes it look a little bit more human. The main point is just because the white mixed in too well with the skin colors, so it just makes it look a little bit off, so you have to kind of make their difference. And I couldn't do that on camera because that is extremely tiny detail work. Maybe just take a quick look there, yeah. Alright, now what I'm going to do is add some beard detail and make his face look a bit more, you know, human-like dirty. Because right now he looks like a, I don't know, like some sort of fashion model or something. Very poncy. Yeah, so let's take a look at the weathering. Okay, now for his 5 o'clock shadow, I have two choices. I could just take some black and brown colors, sort of dabble them together on his face, and actually create every tiny little dot, or I could use a wash from Citadel that I have here that will just sort of add that extra liquidy dark color, which should make it look sort of like a 5 o'clock shadow. So I think I will try this, and then if that doesn't work out, I can just use the alternative. Okay, so I actually ended up doing quite a bit. So to start off, for his eye, I feel like it didn't look enough like David Morrissey's eye, so I put a little bit more of the eyelid over the eye, make it look a little bit more lazy, and that looks more like David Morrissey's eye now to me. Yeah, I think that worked out well there. And then for his beard, you can see the 5 o'clock shadow working in there. I think that looks pretty good. I'm not sure if it's like accurate to how he looked in the episode, but I like the way it looks, so I'm going to leave it like this. You see it all around there. And then, I don't know why, but this one seems like it has a lot darker hair than the other figure from Series 4. But I'm not going to bother fixing that up. Something seems odd with the face, though. I've compared it to the sculpt of the Series 4 Governor, and it doesn't look like it's the same sculpt. It looks like it's got a little bit less detail. But that's okay. I think it looks better than it originally did, and that's what I was aiming for, and I think he's pretty much done at this point. I can't really think of anything else to add. He's got a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow, his eyes in there, the eyebrows in there. It looks good enough to me. So let's pop his head onto his old body. Let's take a look. Okay, so here's our finished product. As you can see from afar, it looks pretty good. And then up close, it's not like as good as the Series 4 version was, but it's a lot better than the Walgreens Exclusive, and that's all I was going for. I think it turned out pretty well. The beard I like, a little 5 o'clock shadow. And then from the profiles, I think he turns out pretty well. The eyeball turned out fair. Usually I'm not very good at doing eyeballs, but I think this one's probably one of the best. Yeah, and then for his lips, I wasn't quite sure what to do, so I kind of just left his original there a little bit and cut away just the slightest bit. But overall, I think this one turned out good. I also cut back on some of his hairline. It seemed like it was going forward a bit too much, whereas David Morrissey's got more of a, you know, balding type hairstyle. And it looks good on the figure after trimming that all back. Then for his sideburns, I did make it fade out a little bit more. Theirs was not very subtle. This one is a little bit more subtle. Yeah, so tell me what you guys think. Do you think it looks better? Is it improvement? Will you try it? And was it worth it? So make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.